Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I am going to do a video based on a topic idea from another content creator who I'm going to feature quickly. I'm going to shout out to his channel and let you see what I was seeing. But earlier today, I was watching this video from Level Up Life earlier today. And in this video, he talks about kind of his approach to Splinterlands land and his strategy that he's implementing. And I think it's pretty smart, but I wanted to talk about it and maybe add to it. So first of all, shout out to Level Up Life. And sorry guys, I'm fighting a cold here. Got mad pressure in my sinuses and watery eyes, and so this will be a short video. But Level Up Life covered the topic of land and thinking through strategy, and he goes, look, when you analyze how much card power or production power you can get out of one card on one plot of land, and you can imagine all the cards being maxed. You could do one of two things. You can either put the absolute best cards onto one plot of land, and that's going to cost a lot of money for those cards to maximize your returns from that one plot of land, or you could buy multiple plots of land. And he's right, the cards these days, cards are quite expensive. I mean, especially the older ones that are going to be the most sort of productive. And then you can come in here and buy commons for 60, 65 bucks at times. 59 bucks. I saw the other day, I bought a couple for $59. Building in a box for 68. The building in a box alone is roughly $10 worth of DEC. And so, I mean, very interesting. The question is, do you already have cards or not? If you don't own the cards, let's say old alpha, betas, promos, whatever, then you're probably not going to rush out and buy those to occupy or to, let's say, populate a common plot of land, even though that would be the best way to get the most sort of rewards available. But those cards are so expensive. So it's like a cost reward analysis. And he's like, look, you either buy expensive cards to put on a few plots of land, or you buy lots of plots of land and put cheap cards on them. That's what it boils down to, and I think he's right. But here's what I want to add to the conversation. I think one point that if you watch, first of all, go check out his video, watch the whole video. It's great stuff. There's tons more in here, but I feel, and I think it merits strong consideration. You have to look at, I think it does make a lot of sense to buy many, say, common plots of land, get the cheapest you can get, and put them together and put together like get 100 plots, man. I'm trying to now. Now that I'm seeing these prices, I'm trying to get 100 plots. But here's the kicker. Do you want 100 plots across 150 different regions? Or do you want 10 plots in the same region? And I think that's the key. I think absolutely he's probably right. It's going to be really difficult, super expensive. If you look at the card prices these days, especially if you come in here and you just look at betas, for instance, alphas, betas. I mean, they're way, way, way more expensive. Look at legendary alphas and betas, $20, $30, $50, $100 per BCX. It's obviously going to be too much money for the common player. And yet, this is the path to make the most out of the most product from your land. And so, well, sure, but if I just get more land, I can do it for cheaper, because 10 plots of operating at say 20% efficiency are better than one plot running at 100% efficiency. And I think that's true, but you have to remember there's going to be shipping costs between the plots of land, between the tracks, as we move from resources from one to another. There's going to be costs associated with operating across a wide range of spaces, to the point where I have 6 in Tridale, I have 12 in Gorendale, and I have 1 in Lawnshire. And this Lawnshire one was a $59 purchase. I buy it in large part for like a long-term sort of, I think land's gonna be way more expensive. So I want more of these plots. And I think that, let's take a second there too, because I've said this before, but there are 3 ways to sort of make money with land. One, from a flip. Buy it for 60, sell it for 80. That's a short-term angle, and maybe it happens and maybe it doesn't, and you need to navigate the marketplace to ascertain whether there's a shorter-term opportunity in that way. That's one opportunity. Long-term, another opportunity is just creating a business, man. The revenue-generating opportunity available within land, if you're populating it, farming it, using it wisely, etc., is, in my opinion, massive. Now, we don't fully understand the long-term financial opportunity here. I'm speaking out of confidence from where the team has come from. And the third possibility is the long-term price appreciation on each plot of land. Not just the resources from it. That, like I said, that's number two. But number three is literally you buy it for $60, and I think one day even the common plots are going to be hundreds of dollars. I think, and I might be wrong, but I think based on what I've seen and what I'm expecting and what I'm hearing and you know how impactful I think this will be on the game and what I think it'll do to attract new players. So for all those reasons, just know that there are at least 3 different ways to generate revenue from land. And I think when we look at plots of land on the marketplace and we see 60, 65, 70 bucks, what was it, $67, $68 with the building in a box, I think that's an amazing long-term opportunity. That one day that asset will appreciate. And then secondly, to the to Level Up Life's idea and on his topic, I think if you're able to get 10 plots of land and have them operate at 20% efficiency, you're going to do so much better with that business model, that revenue generation model. But the problem is you got to consider shipping. It's not just what cards you put on their land. It's not just what totems you have. It's how far apart are your plots of land. And are you shipping from 119 to 99? And what will it cost to go from Gorendale, where most of my properties are, over here to 48, where I guess my second biggest settlement is located? I don't know. And I don't think anyone knows, but it's going to be significant. It's not going to be expensive or inexpensive. And then also there's discounts I won't be eligible for. If I have grain over here and I need to make storage for my grain over here. If I have grain over here, I need to make storage for my grain over here. Versus if I had 10 plots, 20 plots together, I could just associate them all and build grain for one of them and let that be my grain factory. So, in conclusion, I think one thing to add, first of all, go watch his video, subscribe to his channel. But one thing I want to add is just when you're thinking through how you can benefit from land, recognize that there are 3 ways: the short-term flip, the long-term business, and the long-term price appreciation angle on your plot of land. And then if you're looking for that business in opportunity, that revenue generation, option number 2, then I think what you're going to want to do is isolate land into one location. And this might take watching the marketplace. When you find opportunities such as Jumanji 112, 113, boom, boom, $65 each. Very tempting. Very tempting. But here's something I'm very tempted to buy it right this second. That's why I hesitated there. But I already have 3 different distinct areas. So what I actually want to do now is pop back to Splinterlands, and you should do this too. So most of my plots are here in Gorendale in track 2 and 3. Okay, so look, I have in Gorendale 3, tract 3, I have everything from number 1, see number 1, over to 5. So right now we can go search this. So check this out. I can search and see if number 6 is available. It's not. But I could keep my eye on it, can't I? The region 99. What have we got in there? Oh yeah, I could check a 099. 099. No, there's nothing for sale in 099. Wow. But you can keep your eye. My point is you can keep your eye on it. Okay, so that was one of my locations. What about the other one? Trydale, I've got 77 all the way to 82. So let's check that. 48, 10, 83. 48, 10, 83. Okay, we can search another way. Trydale. Nope, nothing in Trydale. But I guess I'm just going to have to keep my eyes peeled. because frankly, I would rather have plots of consecutive plots of lands than discontinuous. And I think that's going to be a pivotal conversation piece and calculation when you're analyzing whether you can earn significant value from an ongoing business, the revenue generation model. Because sure, it's one thing to flip a piece of land short term or to hold on to the long term price opportunity for plots of land. But if you want to run a functional, profitable business in Splinterlands land, I think you're going to need to have consecutive plots of land to minimize the cost of shipping, to minimize the duplication of buildings, to maximize the efficiencies available to you. I think that's an important point, and I wanted to raise it here, but it wouldn't have come if it wasn't for Level Up Life, I guess, with this idea. So shout out to Level Up Life. Appreciate you, bro. And guys, have an amazing day. Leave it at that. God bless.